Alright guys, on this episode of Probably Fix It, we're going to see if we can get this old lawn boy up and running again. When I first got it, I actually changed the recoil on it already because this one here was, here if you can see it, there's no recoil on it. Now, this one here, it recoils just fine, but we're missing this, so we're going to take this off the old one, put that on there, clean this up, and I'm sure it's probably going to need a carburetor rebuild. I haven't even messed with it because I hadn't pulled it yet. So we'll get it all cleaned up first, and then we'll put a little carb cleaner down the snout. Actually, we'll put some carburetor cleaner down there and just see if it'll pop off real quick. And if it does, you know, that's the normal scenario. We'll get that carburetor cleaning and do a quick cleanup of this and do the normal maintenance on it. Check spark plug, change the oil, change the air filter if it needs it, sharpen the blade if it needs it, and get this one back out for someone this summer. Something cheaper than these mowers you can get at the Home Depot and stuff nowadays. Man, they're outrageous. I bet they're over 400 bucks. We'll try to get this one out, you know, $100 something maybe. Something I typically always start with is give it a little spray of carb cleaner down the app and see if she'll light off one. If so, that kind of gives me a good indication that I have compression and spark. Alright, let's see if she'll pop off. Yep, she's gonna run good. Check the oil. Should have checked the oil before I tried to pop it off. Oh man, she's got oil up to her ears, man. Look at that. I mean, she got oil all the way up to here. So we're gonna take care of that as well. First things first, let's get this salvage some parts off this recoil. Pull this out. Get this off here, and we'll get it tied up on here. Big fresh end on there. Just gonna run that through that hole there. Tie me a knot in it. Try to keep it from coming out. Slide this back over there. Let's see here, slide this up a little bit. It's gonna go back right in here, just like that. Alright, so got a nice handle in there. I did notice that this thing has 0 fuel in it, so we might just put some fuel in here and see how she fires off. She's got some new hardware down here, like she may have a new carburetor, or the carburetor might have been gotten into. So we're gonna just put a little bit of fuel in here, see if she fires up all right, and see how she runs, and then we'll go through our additional checks. And we're still gonna drain all that oil out, fresh oil. So let's get some gas in there. All right, got a little gas in there. Let's see if she pops off on her own. Alright, she's gonna need a carb rebuild. No big deal. You can't rebuild a carburetor, or at the very least buy a cheap one off of Amazon to throw on there. Probably not a small engine mechanic. I'm not even a small engine mechanic, but so let's go ahead and get this carb off, get it in the cleaner, and I'll break it down. I'll sit down there and take that carb apart, show you the bits and pieces and stuff as well. But first, I'm gonna get this thing cleaned up so it'll start drying. Get that crap off of here. Agitate a little bit with the brush. Let it soak in there. Oh, this is really gunked up. I may need to hit this with a pressure washer, but we'll do it with a regular hose first. I don't blame you. And this is just a quick rinse down. I'll do a better detail before I put it up. So we'll get that carburetor removed and get up on the bench and start tearing it apart. I got my mower up here on my little lift table so I can get to things a little easier. Saves my back. Pick one of these up for Harbor Freight. They're around, I don't know, 300 bucks or so. They really are nice to not be hunched over. This is going to be a 10 millimeter here. This, another one right here. So there's 3 of these. Little spacer back there. see how dirty that carb is, but it's pretty filthy. And back here it's all dirty too. Go ahead and get this all off. This line is gone. Before I do that, let me put my clamps on there. Let's tear this off. That line will be replaced. All right, so I'm gonna get you in on here. This right here says bracket. You can't pull this thing out because you got kind of got a little bracket interference. But right there you have looks like a Torx head. We can pull this off. That should take that bracket off, and that should help us get this carburetor out. So let's go ahead and get that bit right there and see what we can do. It's a T20 bit right here. So go ahead and take that off. And there's another one back here in the back. Gives you a little more room so you can get this thing. Looks like you might want to take that off as well. I don't guess I've ever had a mower in this configuration, to be honest with you. Most of the carburetors are a little bit more cut and dry to get on and off. Look, it's got a little shoulder bolt on it. That's just as much for you as it is for me later on. There's the other one. There it goes. This just twists that way a little bit and it pops right off. I'm gonna replace that hose too. Hopefully I have one of those as well. There you go, and that just pops right off there. See how that's configured with that little, you see that? Just kind of goes in there like that and goes in. Then your spring is on that little hole right there in the front, and then that allows you to bend this, turn that, and that pops right off. So this just goes in here like this, and then it locks back in. All right, so that's our car. We'll go ahead and take this hose off here, and then we're gonna go up to the bench, dismantle this thing down, look inside of it, see if we notice anything obvious, and then from there we'll start the rebuild process. I just pulled that out. That was easy enough. All right, let's go get this set up on the bench. I got my Ultrasonic thing heating up right there. Now you can see what's going on there. Oh man, look at this stuff coming out of here. It's not even the right color. It's just nasty. Oh man, I can't even get that off. Everything's a hammer. Inside of that. See how this thing works. Ah. That's got no seal in it whatsoever. So we'll start taking this all apart right here. Take this hose off. Hose clamp off. That was just garbage. We're going to get that off right there. We'll cut that with some razor blade. Pull this float out. Oh, you got that pin right there, almost like every other carburetor you ever mess with. Every carburetor you will mess with. You got your float with your needle on there. Then I'm just going to give this thing a quick spray with carburetor cleaner in my little bucket out there, just to get some of this big garbage off. So I put it in an ultrasonic cleaner. It doesn't get it too grimy. And I'm going to cut that off. All right, let me go just give this a quick. I'm going to spray with that purple stuff and just hit it with a brush real quick and rinse it off with a regular garden hose. All right, back. We just rinsed this off with the garden hose. It's just water dripping off of it right now. And it's got a little bit of funk on it down here. I'm sure all that'll clean up just nicely in that sonic cleaner. Usually you want to get that thing up to temperature. It's not quite there yet, but we're going to go ahead and send it anyway. We're going to pull this O-ring off. See that O-ring right there? And I'm going to set this O-ring in, like, I don't know, some oil or something. Maybe you can get some life back in it. Actually, I got a little two-stroke mix here. I'll just put that in a little pan or something and see if it'll get some life back into it. See if we can get this gasket off without tearing it up. All right, well, it's gonna stay on there. Go ahead and get this dropped into the Sonic cleaner. I just used water and pine sol last time, and it did a pretty good job. So we're gonna, if it's not broke, why fix it, right? Let's see. There you go. I'm just gonna put that in there. It's got a little basket in there. And I do have this right here for little small parts, but I mean, there really ain't nothing to. Take that. I usually throw that in there. Throw that in there. Probably don't even need to clean that, but I got it. I'll just throw all those little small parts in this little basket. Just throw that in there. And get our little float bowl in there. And we're going to run this for 30 minutes. We'll just come back. It's kind of noisy, so I don't really like to stay in here while it's doing it, but I can. I need to go find something else to do, or something else to tinker with. All right, let's get it running. I'll let you get a little here for. I run full wave. I don't know. It's got options like degas, full wave, and semi-wave. So if you know what's the best one, I just been running full wave because, well, why not? Full wave's got to be better than semi-wave, right? Okay, while we have that on the Sonic cleaner, we're going to go ahead and drain the gas out of here so we can replace this fuel line. It helps if you take the lid off though. And that gas is fresh gas. I just put it in there because I was hoping it was going to fire off for me. I got a good quality Gates fuel line, and I got a little bit more robust filter I'm going to put on there. So go ahead and get that lined out. Go ahead and put that right about there. One thing I like to use zip ties for these. Kind of old guy that worked on little two-stroke outboards always used zip ties for all his lines, and I just kind of started doing it. I don't know. Let me know if you think. And back behind here, there's let me see. I'll take you down here. There's some little clamps that this hose goes through just for organization. So I'm gonna run this through and then get it in there. Sounds like our carburetor cleaner done. I'll probably run it through one more time since I got more stuff to do on this, like change the oil, check the spark plug, get under here and check that blade out as well. This is my little pump I use for lower end. See how much oil's in that thing? Ton. This is what I use for changing the lower end oil on outboards. So I used it the other day and it worked pretty good. Put that in there. Just start pumping. Let's see if y'all can see. Okay, y'all can see that. Get all this old oil out. A lot easier than the way I used to do it. I used to just tilt this thing upside down, tilt the thing over, and drain it into a bucket. The older I get, the smarter I gotta get. I gotta work smarter, not harder. It's got a lot of oil in it. I got an automotive drain bucket down here. Yeah, keep going. Doesn't seem to be any like metal particles or anything in here, so that's good. Usually I like to make sure I get them running before I change the oil, but sometimes I put the cart before the horse, I guess. Think about it, I'll put one of these in the description so y'all can order it if y'all found that pretty convenient. These Kohler 149cc motors call for 15 to 20 ounces of fluid. I got this little graduated thing here. I got 15 ounces in it. I usually like to put the 15 ounces in and creep up on it because either this graduated cylinder's not right or sometimes it seems like I overfill it. So I like to get it between the two dots on the dipstick is kind of what I shoot for. So I don't overfill it, because if you overfill it, it'll smoke a lot and you can get some oil down in the carburetor sometimes. Kind of over pressurize the crankcase. So that's what I try to do. I put 15 in there, check it out, let gravity do its thing because it's going to stay in that tube for a little bit, and then I'll leave a link to this too if I can find it, if you're interested in something like this, if you're into doing little small engine stuff. Those are those two dots I was telling you about. You're probably not going to be able to see it because that oil's fresh and it's kind of hard to see even for me, but we'll go ahead and dip it in there, pull it out. and it's actually right above that second dot with 15 ounces. So what I'll do, I'm gonna let time just let it drip down a little bit and check it again and make sure we're good. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pull this carburetor out of that Vevor 15 liter sonic cleaner. Got a little basket here. Pull these little parts out here. So they're still hot dog. So I have, I don't know if you can see it, but I put it over here. This is just a little tin I have with some fresh water in it, just kind of rinse everything off. These are all my small parts. They got really nice and clean. Just dump those in there. And then I will just rinse this off a little bit. And put this O-ring in this, what little oil was sitting in the bottom there, just to kind of give it some more life. I'll start putting this back together. One thing that caught me a little off guard was this spring right here. I did not see where that came from. I think it might go right over here. Yeah, that seems right. Because I think it was spring loaded onto this float. I'll try to do this without glasses on because I don't have them on. All right, we got that in there. Set the float in. And there's a little orifice here, that needle and seat, that's kind of where that goes. So we're gonna put that in there. And you see where this float hinges right there, and that's where this pin's gonna go in. Right here, the little pin. Just bring it through one side, all the way through the other. Gotta line these up while you, there we go. Look at that. I did that without any glasses on, so if I can do that, anybody can. One thing we're gonna test, I do this all the time, and just to kind of show if that needle and seat's gonna work, I'll blow in here, and you can hear that air coming out. Hopefully you can hear that. And when I push this float up, that kind of represents the gasoline getting in there. Look, it still leaks. So that ain't no good. So we're going to figure something out. Maybe that spring does not go there. We're gonna kind of test this theory out real quick. All right, we got it figured out. That spring does go on there, but I just think I didn't have it installed correctly. So now, if I blow, we got air. Now when that gas floats up, it's gonna hit that float, and that's gonna shut off the fuel flow. So I think we're good. We'll know for sure once we get this thing on there and test it out. All right. So I got my little O-ring here that was fit, a little gasket that fit right there. We're gonna get that in there. Yeah, set it in that groove. And this right here is like a drain thing. So in between seasons, you can drain your fuel out. So you kind of want that towards the front. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll put this fastener in here, the nut that holds it in there, centered up. That should do it. That carburetor should be rebuilt and ready to run. We'll find out. Now the trick is see if I can figure out how to put it back together. It was a little bit different than most other ones I've taken apart. So let's go get back to the lawnmower. Now it's time to get this carburetor back on. Y'all remember how it goes? It goes this. All right, I got that on there. Remember this one over here. Got my little bucket of parts. Remember these right here with the shoulders. Went for this black one here. So go ahead and get that back installed. I just got that front one loosely on there right now until I get that back one installed. Now we got those installed. Go ahead and put this fuel line on. This gets that bracket right here. It's gonna go from here to here. If I remember correctly, it's easier to put this one in first. So it's actually easier to put this one in first, the back piece, and then drop that one in there. And that little bracket took these Torx heads without the shoulders. Let's get that one loosely in there. There we go. Kind of hard to start because I'm at a weird angle with that cover on there. But I just took the carburetor and slid it just a little bit that way, so I had a little better angle on my tool. Get that in there nice and tight. Slide all that back. Put the box on. Get a little spacer. Add a little spacer back here. Make sure you get that back. And this hose needs to go back on here. That's just a crankcase vent hose. And this little spacer here goes right here on the air box. Get these started by hand. And I'm gonna go get my 10mm that's over there on the workbench. still. Tighten these up. We're back. I'm just gonna sneak up on these a little bit. I got my fuel I took out from earlier. It was fresh fuel, so we'll go ahead and pour some fuel in here and then get her off this ramp here and see if she fires up. And if she fires up, we'll put a new filter, air filter on. I'll go dig one of those up and I'll check the blade out and see if it needs to be sharpened or just kind of give it a good once over. All right, we're ready. I got myself a new air filter and then do a quick test cut here in the backyard. And then if everything goes well, we'll go ahead and get her the final cleanup on her, a little detailed up, make her look a little nicer, and get her listed. So let's see how she pans out here. All right, let's see if she starts up. So I just got this lawn boy all squared away, and she cuts great. I'm gonna go ahead and detail her up and get her ready to resell. She's all dirty and stuff still, but it's a lawn boy with the 149cc Kohler engine. We rebuilt the carburetor, changed the air filter on it, sharpened the blade, changed the oil, put fresh non-ethanol fuel in it, and now we're going to clean her up. Did a test cut in the backyard and it cut well, so we'll get her cleaned up a little bit better and ready for sale. What do y'all think something like this should go for? All right, guys, got another mower ready to go down the road. It's a lawn boy, the Kohler 149cc engine. Did a carburetor rebuild on it, changed the oil, sharpened the blade, changed the recoil here. I think that's about all we did to it. But anyway, we got a lot more small engine stuff coming into the channel, so hopefully this will give y'all the confidence that y'all can go ahead and knock this stuff out yourself.